Whoa!
I left my crop at home.
Thank God for that.
You're such a spully. I want to meet your horse.
Maximilian?
Yes. I'm gonna ask him to throw you off the next time you ride him.
No. He's very loyal to me.
What if I give him carrots and barley sugar? I give in.
Leave it alone.
Damn it! Why won't it open?
Sealed for the plane trip to Basel. It won't open. Leave it be.
There's got to be something in the garage I can use.
Please, Edmund. I'm begging you. Don't do this.
This has been the longest day of my life, and tomorrow's sure to be longer.
Alex. I didn't realize you were here. You need something?
No, Gillian called me, asked me to come up from the lodge to meet her grandmother.
Oh, Lord love her. Eugenia's taken Dimmy's passing terrible hard. I doubt the Duchess will be down tonight.
Oh, I hear she's a formidable woman.
You love Dimitri. Eugenia will love you. That's the way this family works.
If I'm disturbing you, I can just...
No. I was just about to have a brandy. Would you care to join me?
Yes, please.
Peg?
I could use a drop of courage. I still can't believe my boyo's gone. How he could slip out of this life so quickly. Leave his old Peg without even a fare thee well. To think I'll never see his sweet face again.
We'll see him again, Peg.
In my father's house are many mansions.
No, not just heaven. Not just heaven. We'll see him tomorrow. At the funeral.
This is very awkward. But I feel that you should know in advance that I've spoken to the funeral director. The service will be conducted with the casket closed.
Excuse me, Mrs. Surely you won't mind if we have a private moment with Dimitri before the service. I mean, just a chance to say our last goodbyes.
I'm deeply sorry, but what you're asking is impossible. I cannot allow it.
You won't allow an open casket?
Well, we've always had a viewing prior to the interment. Hugo wasn't that much to look at, but at least I got to tell the old sod what I thought of him.
I don't mean to go against your family, and I certainly don't want to intrude on your grief, but...
Good. Our wishes have to count for something.
I'm just trying to carry out my husband's last wishes. I thought that when we talked, you understood that he wanted you to remember him in life, not death.
You know, I've done pretty much everything that you've asked. And I stood by while you picked out the suit my brother was going to wear and the psalms that Father Dreyer is going to say. I don't think I have been anything but patient.
You've been remarkably understanding. But Dimitri was emphatic.
When Maria, my wife, died, they didn't find the body, okay? It wasn't recovered. So I have to assume that she rests in peace, and I want to make sure that my brother does, okay? I need to see him.
Putting my husband's body on display won't bring him back. Celebrate him in life, yes, but for God's sake, that the man rest in peace. To make a public show of his passing, in my opinion, is nothing short of barbaric.
I agree with Alex. Alex doesn't want to see her husband's lifeless body on display, and it's cruel to disrespect her wishes.
Alex was my brother's wife for a few days. He was my brother. Now, the funeral is the last chance we're gonna have with Dimitri as family.
Alex is family, too. Dimitri chose her as his life partner, and it's cruel to disrespect her wishes and do not punish her because his life was cut short.
Jillian, we are all suffering, okay? It's been a real sudden loss for everybody. Look, you see this? You see this ring? This is the Marek family crest. My brother gave it to me when he accepted me as a brother. I would like to see this buried with him. Can you understand that?
Yes. It's a symbol for the love that you shared, but don't bury it. Why don't you give it to your son when he comes of age as something to remember his uncle by?
You're refusing my request.
I've made my decision. The casket will remain closed.
I don't believe this.
Alex, Grandmama's waiting upstairs to receive you. It's the third door on the left.
Okay, sweetheart.
Where does she get off dictating?
Edmund, just let it go, please. Alex is right.
He's my brother.
Edmund, the man in that coffin is not your brother. It's his body, not his soul, not his laughter, nor his passion, nor his wisdom. If you want to see Dimitri, close your eyes and pick the fondest memories you have of him and wrap it around you and let that comfort you and carry you for the rest of your life. But if you open that casket and you look inside and what you see in there, that will haunt you for the rest of your life.
I don't understand.
I was a very little girl when my mother died. One night I went up to the nursery and I climbed in bed and I waited for her to come and kiss me goodnight, but she never came. And the following morning I asked where my mother was, but nobody would tell me. And that night, while I was asleep, Papa came upstairs and he shook me awake and he'd been drinking. So he grabbed me by my hand and he took me downstairs to the south parlor. Just a single candle was lit and it was throwing a scary shadow on the wall. And in the far corner there was a coffin, but I was too small to see inside it. And I just wanted to run. I wanted to run back to my bed and hide beneath the covers, but he picked me up and he lifted me up. At first, I looked inside the coffin and I thought it was a wax doll. But then I realized that the scary white thing with the red lips wasn't a wax doll. It was my mother. So I screamed and I begged and I asked my father to put me down and let me go, but he wouldn't. He ordered me to kiss that scary thing on the lips, and I screamed and I said, "No, Papa, no, don't make me do this. This is not my mother." And then he pushed me down and my lips touched her. And it was the coldest thing that I've ever felt in my life. And then I knew they were lying because that wasn't my mother. My mother was warm and soft, and she would rather die than scare a child. She would rather die.
Edmund, I'm sure Dimitri received the best possible care. Do you happen to have a copy of the hospital report?
No, I give it back to Alex.
Alex, that's Dimitri's wife?
Yeah, you heard.
Not much escapes the hospital grapevine.
Do me a favor, Joe. If I can get my hands on this report, would you take a look at it for me?
Yes, I would. Be happy to do so.